so today I want to talk about 3 things that you can do to stop tension coming up in your relationships. Now, this can be any type of relationship that you are having in your life. So it could be with your partner, with your friends, with your children, with your parents, maybe even people on the street. These 3 things are a must do in order for you to ensure that there is no tension when you are communicating with each other, or even just within the relationship within itself. So the first thing to do, now this is something that we probably all do. In fact, I'd say we all do, and we're not even aware that we're doing this. And that's having conversations about that person in your head. Okay, so these conversations might go something like this. I really hate it when does this. It really annoys me when this person maybe leaves something around the house, or I'm sick and tired of the way that this person does this. And then you're having these kind of mental conversations with this person in your mind where you're actually having a back and forth conversation with them, which is kind of like an argument. So maybe, let's say, for instance, you have had a conversation with them and there was something that you felt that you really wanted to say in that moment, but you didn't say it. And instead, you might have been a little bit passive and you walked away. And then when you walked away from that person, that's when that mental dialogue starts happening. And that's when those conversations that you're having in your head is starting to really take over. And that's when all the stress and all the things that you wanted to say are starting to kind of boil up within you. So the thing to know is that whenever you start to have these types of conversations in your mind about that person, that you are literally sending wishes out, if we could put it in a very, very simple term. You're basically stating that that person is annoying you because you hate the way that this person does this, etc., etc., etc. And so what's going to happen is that when you are with that person, you're going to hate the way that they are talking to you about a particular thing. It's going to annoy you, probably just with their existence. And so this is then going to start to become a lot heightened. And so having those conversations in your mind is a big, big no-no. Now, so I want to just give you an example of something that actually happened to me. Now, this is well before I even started on my breathwork journey with my slow breathing. But this is something that I realized a long, long time ago, that the thoughts that were going on in my mind with regards to this person were actually affecting how my day was going and how my relationship was with them. So I'm a single mum, and when I split up with my daughter's dad, there was a lot of tension. It happens. It can happen whether you are coming out of a marriage, whether you're coming out of a friendship or whatever. But for me, it was, splitting away from a partner, but knowing that you're still going to be with them. So there's a lot of tension there because you've obviously split up. So what used to happen with us is, he would say something and that would trigger me. I would get annoyed, and I would be annoyed for days, sometimes even weeks, by certain things that had been said because I felt that, I was being picked on or blah, 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 something like that. And what then happened was that would just spiral, and I would have all these mental conversations in my head about this person. And in the end, the feeling that I had toward them wasn't a good feeling at all. And so every time I saw them, I would get, wound up again and feel exactly the same thing. So I decided within myself that something had to change. And it was me that had to do the changing. Because what I noticed, whenever something was said and I retaliated and asked them, or basically stated that is how it made me feel, that person was like, oh, I didn't realize that at all. Because obviously we're having our own thoughts that are going on in our head. We are living our own realities, our own different realities from the next person. So therefore, whatever you might say to that person, you don't know how that's going to actually how it's going to stick with them. So what I decided to do at that very time was go, right, okay, this person is amazing. They're a fantastic father, and I love him. I love him. And so what I did is I just started to pour all of the love that I had onto him. And instead of then, whenever we got together, there was tension, it was gone because all I felt for him was love. So it was something that I had to do within myself to stop the tension that was showing up that was affecting me. And now, 16, 17 years later, still every single year, we all get together as an extended family and have Christmas together because there's that love between us as a family unit. And so that is just basically saying to you that whatever it is that you are creating in your mind, you're bringing into your existence. And the minute you switch that and turn it into something that's actually positive by bringing a lot of love into it, then things are going to start to change, and you're going to see that immediately. Now, I didn't do anything with regards to breathing back then, but it's the same thing moving forward. So that's the first thing. Stop having those negative thoughts and those conversations in your mind, because it's the same as thinking. Whatever you think, you bring into your reality, and it's the same with whatever mental conversation that you're having about that person. You're basically bringing that into your reality also. So that's the first thing. No. The second thing is that when you're in a conversation with somebody, you really have to be focused on the person that you're actually talking to. So you need to be looking at them directly in their eyes and not being distracted by anything else that's going on around you, because the minute you get distracted, you're breaking that sort of energy connection that you're having with that person. They then think that maybe you're not listening to them, and maybe you're not because you are distracted by other things, but then that causes sort of tension within that moment as well. So always be really fixed on the person that you're speaking to, and start to form that really strong connection with them just by looking directly into their eyes. So that's the second thing. Now, the third thing, which is extremely important, and of course it's because I teach about slowing down your breath on a minute by minute basis, is to slow your breath down. Now, the reason why you need to slow your breath down in conversations is for a few things. Now, the first thing is it's going to automatically take you out of your thinking mind, because when you slow your breath down, it connects you to your parasympathetic nervous system. So if there's tension going on in the conversation that you're having in that moment, the tendency would be to listen to whatever thoughts are going on in your mind, and then you're retaliating and things are going back and forth, and the tension's building and the tension's building, and then it's just and whatever else happens when tension starts to build. So you slow your breath down, you connect your parasympathetic nervous system, which automatically puts you into a rest and digest mode, which means it brings you into a nice, calm and peaceful state. And you're concentrating on your breathing as you're doing this. So that's taking you away from all of the mind chatter that's going on that is making you maybe retaliate, or not respond in the way that you would like to respond, because there's so many times when we walk away from a conversation or a confrontation and go, oh my God, I wish I didn't say that. So within that moment, you need to be able to regulate your nervous system so that you are not retaliating. And so you need to slow your breath down as you do that. So what I want to do is go through a very quick exercise with you in what you are able to do in the moment if there's any tension that's arising and you feel it's going to go, or the conversation is going to go in a way that you and the other person that you're speaking to doesn't want it to, because you're both retaliating. So firstly, as I said, is you're looking that person in the eyes as you're speaking to them, and then immediately you start to slow your breath down. So as you slow your breath down, you start to become calm. So we're going to do that now. So what I'm going to do is just get you to just breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your nose very, very slowly. And you're focusing on the air that's coming in through your nose and also as it's coming out. So it's like you're tracing that air as it's coming through your body. Now, in order for you to be able to slow your breath down even slower, what I want you to do is, as you take the next in-breath, is you imagine that the air is actually traveling down your body, down your legs, to your knees, to your calves, to your feet, your toes. And then as you breathe out again through your nose, it's coming back up your body, always making sure that you're breathing in through the belly as well. So just do that for a few times. So you're breathing nice and slow. Continue with that. And as I said, what then you'll notice is that as you're concentrating on your breath, you're taking your mind away from the thoughts that are happening. And then what you're able to do is, when you're actually looking directly into the eyes of the person that you're speaking to, is that you start to remember all of the beautiful things that you love about that person. It could even be what you remember about them when you first met them. And also, of course, all of the beautiful things that happen within your relationship. So you start to think about all of the times when you have gone and done beautiful things, maybe gone to the beach together, gone to the movies, gone to parties, gone for walks, and other beautiful things that you might want to also think about in that moment. Just start to think about those as you're breathing really, really slowly. And you're still looking at them in their eyes. Now, you're not distracted by this at this time, because you're still listening to what it is that they're saying. But what you're doing is you're actually creating a beautiful container between the two of you of love, because you're thinking about all of those beautiful things about that person. And as you do this, you'll notice that they will start to change how they are towards you, because firstly, they're going to be surprised that you've not reacted to, or reacted in the way that you usually would in the, when there's, tension that's coming up between the two of you. So as soon as you do that, it's going to allow them to automatically step back and come into a peaceful state as well, because what you're doing is actually co-regulating the space with your energy and the calm and the balance that you're actually bringing into this moment. They will also get that as well. What will also happen is that they'll start to soften, and they'll also start to feel safe that whatever it is that they're saying, that they're being listened to, and that there's love from you. So therefore, they'll start to feel soft and peaceful within also. And then when you're ready to speak, you'll be able to come from a place that is not from tension, it's not from stress, it's not from annoyance, or any of the things that you might have been thinking about that person when you've had those mental conversations with them. And so everything then just starts to become calm, but you're continuing to breathe really, really slow as you're speaking and you're connecting with that person. And so those are the three things that you need to do when there is any tension coming up. And as I said, this can be with your partners, with your friends, with your children, parents, anybody. Just don't have the mental conversations in your mind of negativity towards that person. Look them in the eye, number 2, and slow your breath down. Now, if you enjoyed my content today, please remember to like and subscribe. There's also a free 15-minute morning meditation if you'd like to do some nice slow breathing in the morning before you start your day. And I also want to let you know about a beautiful 6-week course that I have created called Master Your Breath, Master Your Life. I'm just interrupting your podcast to let you know of an exciting new course that I've created called Master Your Breath, Master Your Life, which is a 6-week online course that will transform how you see your reality. Now, this course is more than breath work. It's about learning how to slow your breath down on a regular day-to-day basis to bring in more calm, more clarity, and more peace and balance in your life. So this is going to help you with stress, it's going to help you with anxiety. There are daily coaching videos, meditations, and weekly breakthroughs. And there's also this really cool journaling tool that you'll be able to download and track your progress throughout the whole 42 days. This is the ultimate course to enable you to be able to really get the best out of your world, and this is just by slowing down how you breathe on a regular basis. And the great thing about the course is you can start it at any time. So go to the link in my description and find out more, and I look forward to guiding you for the next 6 weeks of your life. And this is going to help with relationships, with your career, with any desires that you're wanting to bring into the world. Obviously making sure that you're having a lot more awareness and being in the moment and being present. And follow the link in my description to find out more. And I wish you a beautiful day, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Thanks for listening.